This is Jelena Marjanovic, 8-time world champion, and you are listening to the Spice of Life podcast.
Welcome to the Spice of Life podcast, featuring Tanner Wilshaw and Luke Spicer. Two talented fighters discussing life, fighting, work, family, balance, and everything in between. Tune in weekly for your fill of laughs. Now, here's your hosts, Tanner Wilshaw and Luke Spicer.
All right, guys, welcome back to the Spice of Life podcast. We've got the Duke on the phone, so we're going to talk to him for about 10 minutes before I get into it with the monster Mladen and Miljas. The Duke, what the fuck are you doing?
Just got home, man. I was at the gym for like 2 hours this afternoon, lifting, doing some curls for the girls, and I can't lift my arms. So Pat's got me on one hell of a workout routine. So I'm doing good.
Trying to get thicker than a Snickers.
Hey, what?
I said you're trying to get thicker than a Snickers.
Oh man, it's bad when at the end of it you're trying to do like overhead easy curls, and you can't even do it with like 20 pounds. Too much blood.
Well,
it was good.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what an overhead easy curl is, seeing as how I don't lift weights.
Yeah, but, easy bar. Sorry, I didn't mean easy curls. Like the tricep extensions, man. Come on, put them over your head and shit.
Well, why wouldn't you just say that?
There's a lot of people there that saw the post the other day that I retired. It was hard to get in and out, just work out. Everybody kept coming over to me going, "Really, you're not gonna do it anymore?" I said, "Well, it's got too hard to keep looking for fights and doing all that. So I got too many other things on the go. So we'll just make the switch and see about challenging myself with something different." So
hey, if you want to get all swole up and that's your choice.
Well, the category, I think we talked about this already, is for the what the fuck's it called now? Not traditional, but
classic.
I think what it's called. What?
Classic?
Yeah, there you go. Classic bodybuilding. So the maximum I can be for my height is 189. So I don't think I can get too swole doing that, So it'll be good. It'll be probably what I should have always looked like when I was fighting, instead of having that milk dad bod like Devin Neese says all the time. So I'll be okay. I'm working on my diet. I'm going to use one of my cheat meals tonight, since the kids don't have school. We're going to stay up and watch movies. So
ooh.
I'm gonna eat some chips. It's happening. Just
chips, eh? That's it?
No, I'm gonna have some Doritos and or Tostitos and salsa.
You know what's you know what's really good is those nacho Doritos and salsa.
Yeah, I actually like the Tostitos with a hint of lime, and then some salsa. They got a little bit of a zing to them, and they're not bad. You can eat whatever, like 50 chips or something like that, and it'll meet my calorie quota. I'll probably make some avocado pudding too, because who doesn't like avocados?
So just an FYI for everybody, Luke is going to be on here talking about bodybuilding from now on. This is going to turn into a bodybuilding podcast, and
what's funny is that people actually ask that at the gym because they listen to the podcast, like, "Yo, you gonna give some shine to bodybuilding?" I'm like, "No, I'm not doing this for the bodybuilding community. I'm doing this shit for me." I said, "So no, we're gonna stick to fighting, fight talking." So
listen, for all you puffed up juice heads out there that like to lift things up and put them down, you guys look retarded. Just saying, like, when you got to turn sideways to go through a door, that's pretty fucking stupid.
It is. I talked to a few guys that I know really well that do compete that were there though, and it was interesting because even they're like, "Man, I don't want to get that big. Like, I like winning my category, but I don't want to get so big that I can't do anything regularly." I'm like, yeah, like no kidding. Like when there's guys that have a hard time bending over to put that pin in the weight stack because it's too low and they can't get down that low, it's like, dude, you got a problem. Like, the hell do you do every day? So
when you're grunting louder tying your shoes than you are lifting the 100-pound dumbbells, there's an issue.
Exactly. So, big fights coming up this weekend though.
There's big fights coming up this weekend. We got Adam the Boogeyman Braidwood versus Jesus Paez from Mexico. And Anthony Joshua versus Joseph Parker.
Jesus is going to be calling for Jesus, and he's going to be in trouble.
Correct.
Yeah.
So,
What are you thinking? Second round, I think you said on the Instagram?
that was the Boogie Child's
Oh, no,
pick.
that was the Boogie Child. Yeah, never mind. Yeah, she called it second round. You said fourth round.
No, Dario
on
said
Tuesday.
Dario said fourth round. I said second round on Tuesday.
Oh, well, that's what I said. You said second round too. Yeah, and I don't know, man. I think Coach Rich is going to have him stretch it out. I really do. He's going to try, and then Adam's going to let one go, and then Rich is going to throw his hands up in the air like, what the hell? And Adam's going to put his head down like he did that time in D.C. Like, sorry, Coach.
Well, it's all fun and games until these guys get punched in the face, right? Adam hits really hard. I don't see it going past 2. I really don't.
No. But that being said, though, you know what? Like, it would actually probably be better for Adam to dust this dude in 1 or 2 rounds and then lean out the ring and yell at Simon Keene anyway, because he's going to be ringside. So it makes sense to just bust this dude wide open and then yell at Keene.
Yeah, 100%, and then snatch Bruno up by the neck.
Yes, like reach out of the ring, yell at Keene, and pull Bruno into the ring.
Yeah, you know what? I might actually call Bruno after I get off the horn with you and see if he'll revise his pick. But
why would he do that?
He probably
so he can
won't.
Save his life?
He probably won't. He's a piece of shit. But hey, Anthony Joshua, Joseph Parker, who you got in that fight?
Joshua.
I think Joshua probably gets the job done, but don't count out Parker. Parker's tough. He's in shape.
Oh yeah, no, I don't. Those things, like, they're up there. You're fighting for those matchups. Like, you know, at some point you almost, you know, you definitely deserve to be in there, right? You're in the top few, and it's the same thing with Adam. I mean, he's in that weight category, so hopefully one day we get to see him up there slinging leather with those guys. But they're all up there. They're all in the top 10 in the world. Like, anything can still happen.
You know what fight I would smuggle myself into America like a Mexican for is Braidwood versus Wilder.
Well, maybe they can get that to happen in Montreal. Then we don't have to smuggle you anywhere.
That'd be it. I would smuggle myself into the United States for that fight, though.
You shave your beard, you might be able to pass as me once I get a little bigger.
I'm not that big of a piece of shit.
Get that. You grow your hair out a little bit. We'll give you the shark fin, and then you'll look just like my ID. Because I was kind of chubby back then.
I'm not chubby.
It'll look good.
Wow.
I was like, did you just hang up on me?
Wow.
I'm just kidding. I'm trying to help you out. Trying to get you into the America so that we can see our boy fight Wilder.
You just called me fat. That's rude.
I didn't say fat. I said I was a little fatter then.
So basically you're saying I could pass for you because I'm fat. That's what you said.
I didn't say that. The amount of cardio you do every day, you should be like 195 pounds by now.
214 this morning, my man, which is not bad.
Oh, that's not bad. You probably actually have abs, though. I
have 2 abs.
Yeah, not me.
That's all right. Abs are overrated anyway.
You know Big Jason there from Pat's gym, right?
Yeah.
He posted a picture the other day, like, you know, he's doing a pose or whatever like that. He's got a six-pack on there, and he did a body comp analysis, 20% body fat.
Yeah, did you see his face, though? That's where it is. That's where all the fat is right in his face. He's got this big pan face. He's just these big cheeks.
He moved some weight, that boy. But I don't know. That facility though, like, they sure got a lot of stuff. It's pretty neat up there. I hope they get a few other things going on. But there's talk now. I saw a thing that they're putting in one of those ninja training facilities instead of the swimming pool.
God, are you fucking kidding me? Like the American Ninja Warrior?
Yeah, like, well, wherever, like that similar place, like what Steph got hurt at in Calgary.
God. Put the fucking pool in. Stop goofing around.
Well, they
with
can't.
the
They can't get permitting for it anymore.
Really? Why?
Because Red Deer and the college just built a ginormous pool for the Winter Games.
Oh.
And when the games is over, it will be a public pool.
Oh.
That the city wants money for.
Yeah.
So if they approve a 50 or whatever meter pool like they were going to put in for gym, then 500 members or whatever, 1,000 members or whatever the hell they got at Good Life won't be going to any pool because they'll be able to just swim there.
So there's no more pool going in at the Good Life.
That's what I heard.
That sucks.
Good Life didn't say that directly, but I've heard that from quite a few people in the construction community, which is usually pretty reliable when they're throwing that around some of the guys that are, that know a thing or two about a thing or two.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's what I heard. But, I don't know. So where are you watching the fights this weekend?
My house.
Perfect.
Yeah. Where are you watching the fights this weekend?
I don't know. But the link for Braidwood, you had said earlier that it's a click and pay link.
It's a pay-per-view link. Yeah, it's the place is owned by Eye of the Tiger Management. So
can you click on it through Facebook and then you just watch it on Facebook still? But you got to put in your credit card and pay for it.
You got to do all that shit.
So if you head over to the Spice of Life podcast page today or tomorrow, then fans can click on the link that we put out.
Correct.
1995 or some bullshit and watch the fight.
Yeah, 1995, some shit like that.
So
but
fucking Nicholas, whatever the hell your last name is, it messages all the time. We know you listen to the show. You better listen to the show. Don't message us and ask for the link. Click on the link, you cheap bastard, and pay for it.
He already did.
Did he? Ask for the link?
Yeah, I never responded.
No, I know he did. I saw that. That's why I said it.
I didn't respond to him.
We should start charging him $20 every time he asks for it.
Fuck, man. I hope. Like, the guy lives in Quebec. Go to the fucking fight.
Oh, yeah.
Just get off your lazy ass and go down and pay the $50 for a fucking ticket and watch the fight live.
No kidding. Yeah, it didn't even dawn on me that they're out in Quebec. Like, yeah, that's where he is.
Yeah, if you guys are in Quebec, make sure you go down and check out the Eye of the Tiger show that's going on at Casino Montreal. So
yeah.
It'll be the co-main event and the main event are actually good fights too. So go down, check it out. You get to see some real boxing down there.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Luke, socks of the week, what are they?
Well, change it up from earlier today. It's going to be a blue and white and light blue checkered sock pattern.
Okay.
By I don't even know how to pronounce this French name. Ballonet. There you go. Yeah, I'll spell it for you. Ballonet.
Socks of the day, or whatever he just said. I thought you were going to say like a sticky tube sock or something.
A sticky tube sock?
Yeah.
Oh. No.
That's fucking
no sticky tube sock.
Well, we'll get the fuck.
That could have been the pose. Instead of on my feet, I could have hung the sock off.
No. Listen. You're not a part of the Red Hot Chili Peppers. You're not allowed to do that.
Oh, I didn't even know that was a thing.
It's a thing.
Oh.
Don't do that.
I wouldn't actually do that. I'm doing that. I gotta put my feet in there later. That'd be weird.
You're so gross. Well, we can get the fuck out of here from fucking myself and covered in semen Luke Spicer. Have a great weekend. Have a nice Easter.
Get out of here. Happy Easter, you fuckers.
All right, we'll get to the monster, Mladen Miljas. All right, guys, I know normally we do 10 minutes with the Boogeyman on Thursdays, but Adam Braidwood has gone to Quebec to go beat up a Mexican fella named Jesus Paez. So I brought in the Canadian heavyweight champion. They call him the Monsters, Mladen Miljas.
Yes, thank you, Tanner. Thank you for having me on again.
Well, thanks for coming back on. We were supposed to have you on after you whooped Dillon Carmen's ass, but it didn't happen.
Yeah, it's okay. It's a little delayed, but better late than never.
Yeah. So let's go over the Carmen fight. Let's just start with that.
For sure.
So it didn't last very long. What did it go? 2 rounds?
Yeah, 2 rounds, a little bit into the second round.
Now, am I remembering properly? Did you get dropped in the first round?
We both hit each other with left hooks, so it was like a double knockdown.
Okay.
So we hit the canvas at the same time, but I think I was a little bit more hurt than he was. Like, he got up a little bit quicker than I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then obviously that round ended, and then you came out in the second round and put him away drastically.
Yeah. Well, that was the thing. For me, to be honest, that first round was a good learning experience for me. Like, because from getting dropped, like, my head felt okay. I felt like I was fine to get up, but I tried to get up so quickly and my legs weren't okay. You know, so that's a learning experience for me. Like, if you do get hurt, you can take your time. You don't have to, jump up. And then, yeah, that's exactly what I did. So for that first round, I knew I had the power to hurt him. He had the power to hurt me. So I just had to make sure I didn't get hit with any big shots, and I knew I'd catch him. I knew I'd get him eventually. And I was more than in shape to go the 8 rounds.
Yeah, you look good. The biggest thing from you being able to get up from a knockdown is now you know you can do that.
Yeah, well, this is a funny thing, right? Because I knew I could do that. I always knew I could do that. But that's what other people were questioning, right? Because, like, a lot of my fights in the past, like, the longest I've gone is 3 rounds.
Yeah.
So a lot of people were saying, he's more experienced than me. If something like that happens, he's gonna have the advantage over me. But, like, I knew for myself, I knew what I had in me and what I could do.
All right. So has Dillon asked you for a rematch yet?
No, he has not. But every single other human being that has seen the fight or heard of the fight has. So, like, I'm not kidding you. Like, I'm getting to the point where I'm getting pissed. Like, I got asked yesterday at the gym, the day before that. Like, I don't know.
Like, if you would give Dillon a rematch?
Yeah. Or when am I rematching him? And I tell them, like, for what? What am I going to rematch him for?
Well, it doesn't make much sense because Dillon's ranked number 6 in Canada right now, where you're number 2.
Yeah, like, this is one thing though. This is why I really do respect him a lot, because he didn't have to fight me either.
Yeah.
Like, he had a guaranteed title shot at the Commonwealth belt, and his promoter won the purse bid to have it in Niagara Falls if he beat me. So he didn't have to take a fight against someone like me who's ranked under him only 7 pro fights. So I respect him a lot. But exactly, like, so now for me, since I beat him, like, I took over his rankings kind of. So it wouldn't make sense for me to fight him again because it wouldn't put me any higher of where I am now. So the only way I'd fight him is if it made financial sense, because I didn't get paid well for the first fight. So I'll fight him again, but I'd have to get paid properly.
Well, the thing is, is Dillon going to come in shape to fight? Because I don't actually think that fight goes any differently.
This is the thing about Dillon too, because he actually has gotten even better shape from when we fought. He's lost like another 10, 15 pounds.
Oh, good.
And he looks good because he has a fight scheduled, I believe, in May.
Really?
So I think that might have woke him up a little bit, to show him that he has to take it a little bit more serious. But no, he hasn't called me out or anything though, personally.
Well, here's the thing: is that I like all the Canadian fighters. I don't really like Dillon Carmen all that much because I think he's dumb.
Yeah,
but
that's the way he carries himself. I understand.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, he has like that little bit of arrogance to him. He's one of those, because he speaks well. He's one of those guys. You're either gonna like him or he's gonna rub you the wrong way.
Yeah,
that's kind of how it is with him. And he rubbed me the wrong way in some ways. So at least I got to fight him.
So when you say that you respect him, are you saying that you respect him in a fighting sense, like in a combat situation?
No, I don't. And the reason I don't is the same as before the fight, because before the fight I always said he didn't train hard, or he didn't put in the same dedication that I did. But as a person, I do respect him because of the courage it takes to accept fights and get into the ring. I respect him in that sense.
Okay, that makes sense. I understand that.
Yeah. Like, even if you have animosity with somebody, when you fight them, the animosity is gone. Like, it's replaced with respect.
I get that. Like,
Yeah.
you guys got to swap punches for 2 rounds,
Yeah,
but
like,
those
like
two
I
rounds
got
were
to punch
good.
the guy in the face. You know what I mean? Like, what am I going to be mad at him for now? You know, like it's settled. Like, I have nothing against the guy.
Well, here's why I'm mad at him, because he still smokes cigarettes.
Yeah.
And he's still putting out stupid Big Brother stuff on Instagram. That's why I'm mad.
Yeah. Well, you know what? You know what? I'm not mad. I only found a problem with it when he had the title. You know what I mean? Like, if you're claiming to be a Canadian heavyweight champion and you're not putting boxing as your forefront, then to me that's an issue. Or you're not good enough to be a champion. That's when it was my issue. Now, since he's lost, like, if that's what he wants to go do as a career, that's fine. But I don't think you should be doing that representing your country.
I agree with that 100%. So let's
That's
talk.
what it is.
Let's
Yeah.
talk about you for a minute. Then, what do you got coming up next?
For me, I have nothing, and that's another thing. Everyone always asks, like, "Oh, how does it feel to be champ? You know, what's been different, this and that?" And it's like nothing's been different. Like, things have actually gotten like a bit worse and harder, to be honest with you. Because before, I never ever had a manager, I never ever had a promoter. Any contract I've ever gotten for anything has been horrible. And then after the fight, I finally get offered stuff. But I don't know. It's just, for me right now, I'm trying to fight over in the States.
Okay.
So I'm talking to a lot of promoters over in the U.S. side. I'm going to try to fight there. But of course, like, because I have the title and stuff, the option to fight here is always going to be there for me. Like, I can always fight at home.
So, yeah, see, now that you're the champion, I want to see you defend that belt and bring like some legitimacy to the Canadian heavyweight title.
I agree, but this is the problem I see with that. Because, like, from my knowledge, the only a Canadian can fight for the Canadian heavyweight championship.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So the only two guys I see that would fight me are Braidwood and Keane.
Yes.
Only them. All these other guys, like, okay, Stan, I'd fight Stan, no problem. He can call me to fight next week. We can fight anybody else. I don't care. I'll fight them all. But those are the only two guys I see fighting me. And let's just say even Simon Keane, for instance, like, his team offered me a fight 2 days after my fight with Dillon, right? But it's like, why would him at 13-0 and me at 8-0 fight now, and they're going to pay me not good money, not good terms, you know? And actually, they offered me a contract as well out of the Tiger recently.
Like, as a promoter.
To manage me, yeah.
Hey. That's not a bad option.
Well, it seemed, to be honest with you, it seemed really good, and I was considering it, but I chose not to go that road.
Okay.
And I have my reasons why. What I think is, for me, if I'm signing with somebody, I don't want to be treated like a second priority, you know, and they're going to look after Simon Keane's interests over my own.
Yep.
Right, and if I'm signed to them, then they're either going to force me to fight them under bad terms, or they're going to keep them away from me. You know, so for me, that I didn't think that benefited me the best.
I would agree with that does not benefit you the best.
And that's another thing too. Like, I'm only 25 years old, so, like, what? I'm gonna retire Canadian heavyweight champion? Like, no. Like, sure, the Canadian title's great, and sure, I'll defend it, but I want higher titles. I want world titles.
Well, you're 25 years old. You got the world of boxing is literally sitting in the palm of your hand right now.
Yeah, I just have to take advantage of it and stay focused, which is, I still do. Like, even though I haven't had anything lined up or any fights, I still train twice a day, Monday to Friday. I still train on the weekends. Like, I train as if I'm fighting or not. I train the same.
Well, that's good. In the gym twice a day. I would hazard a guess that something's gonna come along your way, like, relatively quick. Like, you're number 2 in Canada, but you are the Canadian champion, where Simon Keane's number 1. Simon and Adam are gonna figure out business in June.
That I'm excited for. I'm happy to hear about that too. That's good.
Now, is there any way that we can talk you into making your way over to Montreal with us for this fight?
Actually, yeah, for sure. If they fight, I'd definitely come down.
Oh, I'm
going
to make that
I want to see that.
They're going to fight in June. It's signed.
Okay, yeah, then 100%. I'm gonna come to that for sure.
The whole team will be there. The Spice Life podcast, Adam, our whole team is going to be there, so we'll be able to hang out. That'll be fun.
Good. Yeah, we'll do it. We'll do it for sure. That'd be nice.
So there was a name in the Canadian rankings that did pique my interest for you, and his name was Franz Rill. They call him Frankie Rill.
Yeah.
He is kind of close to you, though. He's from Oshawa.
So this is the thing. So me and Frankie actually have like a really, really good relationship. So he helped me spar and get ready for the Dillon fight.
Yep.
And then in return, I spar with him. And I kind of look at him like he's been kind of like a big brother to me. Like me and him, I don't usually get along with a lot of boxers, but me and him get along like on a really good personal level.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he's already been world ranked. Like his only 2 losses are to Robert Helenius, who's an undefeated guy. It was undefeated. He only has 1 loss now. He was like 21-0 at the time. He lost to another guy like 16-0. So he lost to top guys. You know, for him, even for him, it doesn't make sense for him to fight me. It's better for him to fight somebody that's going to get his ranking up and then another shot like at a big fight like that. Because he's been offered big fights, and I'm from my knowledge too, I'm pretty sure Keen's camp has looked at him a couple of times as well.
I know that the Braidwood camps looked at him. I would guarantee Simon's camp has looked at him. But
yeah,
the thing with Simon is he's never fought anybody the same size as him either.
No, yeah, I know. Or I don't know. His new thing is like he likes to fight all the grandpas.
Yeah.
His last 3 or 4 opponents have been like 40-year-olds.
All right. Well, let me get your thoughts on the fight with Simon and Adam. Then, who do you think takes that fight?
To me, it's a 50-50 fight. Like, I don't know. I don't see Keen having the power to knock Braidwood out, like with 1 shot. I see him maybe if Braidwood doesn't come in shape, which I don't see happening, and being able to stop him in the later rounds. But Braidwood can stop him early. I think Braidwood can stop him late. Like that's why to me it's an interesting fight. Like they can both stop each other, but I think I'm leaning a little bit towards Adam. Adam's a little bit more dangerous than Keen is. He has a couple more weapons than he has. Keen is very simple the way he boxes.
I agree with Simon's very simple and he's very wide.
You know what I say he kind of boxes like a fencer. It looks like he's fencing.
Yes.
When he boxes, with his jab, he likes to keep it out there, throw it out there. Sometimes he'll throw like 4 jabs and glue his right hand to his face and not let it go.
Yeah.
He does that a lot. So
the one knock on Simon I have 2 knocks on him. He's chinny.
Yeah.
He doesn't like to get hit, and he's not very agile. Like his footwork isn't very good.
Yeah.
He's
well, if you think about it though, that's what I think is going to be a benefit to him for that fight. The fact that he doesn't like to get hit, he's going to do everything in his power to stay away from Braidwood's power shots.
Yeah, Braidwood hits freaking hard.
Yeah, no, for sure. So he's going to try to break him down and box him.
Well, I'm excited for the fight. I can't wait for it to happen. I was hoping you were going to come on here and drop some news and say you're going to be beating somebody up. But damn it.
Yeah, trust me, I hope so too. I really want to get back in the ring. As I said, if it was up to me, I'd be fighting every month.
Like, is there a name? Is there anybody like that you would, other than Simon King, because he's got dates already? But like, is there anybody else?
I would fight anybody, anywhere, anytime, and that's the way I've always been in my career so far. Like as I said, when I first went pro, up until my last fight, I never asked who I'm fighting, their age, their record, how much they're getting paid, nothing. I've always just fought. So if something comes to the table to me, like I would accept fights if it made sense, but I've had like 0 offers for fights.
Wow.
If there was a lineup of guys, that would be great. If anyone wants to call me out, I appreciate it. Really, they're doing me a favor. You want to fight me, perfect. We can get into business.
I don't think there's a lot of guys that are gonna. What are you, 6'5"?
6'6". I'm actually still growing. It's scary.
Oh my god. Oh yeah, you're only 25 years old. 6'6", 250, 260. I don't think anybody's gonna call you out, but.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean, right? So it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard for me to get fights. It's always been hard though, even up to this point to get fights with guys.
Well, you're a fairly quiet guy. You're not overly active on social media. I see that you do post some stuff every once in a while, but I don't know. Maybe if there's
I have my reasons for that too, though.
Okay, what are
Because
those?
I know a lot of pro boxers work hard and stuff,
Yeah.
but like as I said, I train twice a day. I train on the weekends. Like what? Am I gonna post? If I post stuff, I'm gonna post every single day I'm at the gym. Like you know what I mean? People don't need to know how much I train. People don't need to know how much I'm doing to know I work hard. You know?
What?
Like for me, I just keep it quiet. I like to keep my head down. I try to stay away from the social media. Like it is a tool. It is a tool for us, and it's free promotion, and it's good so like people can kind of see into your life or see into your training like a way they wouldn't see. So it does have a benefit, but that's why I try not to do too much of it.
Here's what I tell people that they want to get into social media stuff, and I'm not saying that you do, but I tell them to post bullshit.
Yeah.
Like if you don't post good stuff, like if you're gonna do pad combinations, post bullshit.
Yeah, exactly. Because you don't want people seeing what you're doing.
Well, 98% of the people that watch your stuff don't know what the fuck they're looking at anyway.
Yeah, exactly. It's true.
You see a big guy throwing combinations that make a whole lot of noise on pads, and it looks cool.
Yeah. Well, that's what I mean. There's like a lot of Instagram boxers. It's
Yes.
like these guys that have like this huge following on Instagram, but really they have no boxing credentials at all.
Yeah, I agree with that. Well, it is a tool and it does work. It's done wonders for Adam.
Yeah, for sure.
Who's got?
That's what I mean. It's literally free promotion.
Yeah.
Like these fighters back in the day, even a lot of fights get made over Instagram
Yes.
or Facebook or through these outlets. Even the one from the weekend, Lucas Brown versus Dillon White,
Yes.
that was over in England. That was made over Instagram or some comments they made to each other. You know, so it's sparked me a lot of fights, and I think it helped Braidwood and Keane happen as well. So yeah, it is good.
100%. The Braidwood and Keane, like the build up for this fight has been going on for a year on social media.
yeah, it's long overdue, but that's gonna make it good when it happens.
But the thing is when it does happen, everybody's interested now.
Yeah, exactly. No, I think it's really good. It's really good for Canadian boxing.
So I was hoping I could squeak a name out of you, and then I could start doing something on the internet for you.
What, to call somebody out?
I've been known to make some fights happen over the last year.
I'm not one to call anyone out, because even the way I look at it is, if you're trying to make it to the top, you have to beat everyone anyways. So everyone's a target.
I'll tell you what, Mladen. I'm just gonna put out a post that says, "Will somebody please fight the monster?"
Yeah, that's good. That's cool with me.
You good with that?
I'm good with that. Hopefully we get some bites.
Somebody please fight this guy because we want to see him fight.
Well, see, that's another thing too. Think about it this way: when you're getting offered a fight, when you bring a fight to a fighter, they're going to say, "Okay, we have a guy 6'6", 250 pounds, 8-0 with 8 knockouts, and you're going to get paid $3,000." There's not going to be a lineup of guys to fight me.
No.
You know, so that's another problem too. Like the promoters in Canada, what I notice is the problem is they don't promote anything. Like all the people that come to their fights is the fighters are selling the tickets themselves, and it's their family and friends.
Yeah.
They don't draw general interest to the public, or they don't do a lot of public advertisement and stuff. You know, so that's why a lot of our fighters are underpaid, and boxing isn't as great as it could be. So that's why when you have a fight like Keane and Braidwood that's been promoted because of them, it's huge. But we need better promoters. Like we don't have that many great promoters here. Like even out west with Adam, like he's very blessed as well, because I think his promoter's good.
Yes.
The KO Boxing, like they've pretty much taken over everything there.
Yeah.
You know, but even them, like it's just only them really.
Well, realistically, like, that's all we got out here is KO Boxing. There's some smaller ones like Dakota, is kind of like the WWE promotion of boxing.
Yeah.
But then there's gloved up promotions on the island. They're a small promotion. They've done 3 shows. Like these shows they're booting around, but like I agree with you that the promoting in boxing is a little weak right now, especially when there's powerhouses like the UFC and Bellator. And these guys are all over social media and putting stuff out there. Right?
They're great promoters. And if you think about it, people always think like UFC or MMA is bigger than boxing.
Oh.
It's really not. No. Like if you look at sales and views and pay-per-views and all these things, and like Joshua versus Parker next weekend, they sold out a 90,000 people stadium. You know, they're not doing that for MMA, but MMA is promoted so well that it's become a household thing. Like when people say boxing, people don't even know what boxing is, Tanner. People, when I say I'm a boxer, people are like, oh, so you kick people, you know, do you elbow? I'm like, no, like I box. Like, what do you mean? I'm like, Mike Tyson, you get it? Like, oh, okay, I understand. Like, people don't, it's not like a household sport, you know. So the promoters definitely need to start doing a bit more.
Well, here's what I challenge people to do is actually go on your TV and count the amount of MMA fights that are on a weekend and count the amount of boxing fights that are on a weekend.
Yeah.
Boxing by far blows them out of the water.
Yeah, for sure. It does.
By far.
That's another thing. I find MMA is more North American, but boxing is in Europe. Like it's everywhere. It's pretty big.
Well, I'm not talking about bullshit fights. Like none of these bullshit Mexican cards with the guys. That
No.
I
know.
Like,
yeah.
we're
That's
talking.
the beautiful thing about boxing too, because there's no seasons. Like boxing's all year round, and there's like a big show every week, like somewhere in the world. There's some decent fights.
Well, I'll tell you, Mladen, I messed up in life, and I got into kickboxing first, and then MMA, and now boxing.
Yeah, you did it backwards, but it's okay. You're on the right path now.
Damn it! I've always been very boxing based. Like I've never been big on kicking. I don't like wrestling on the ground. I don't like that shit.
Yeah. Okay, but do you see? I think that kind of relates to my point a little bit. Imagine if where you grew up if boxing was promoted better, maybe you would have took that avenue. You know what I mean? Maybe you went to kickboxing because you didn't see that avenue for you for boxing.
I agree.
Right? Like if boxing was booming and popping, I'm sure you would have done boxing earlier.
So if boxing was the way it is right now, because it's big in Canada, I don't care. Everybody knows what the heck's going on in boxing now.
Yeah.
At least in my little circles, like these MMA guys, they know what's going on in boxing now. Like there's big fights.
Yeah, exactly. People are interested.
People are getting very interested in boxing. If it was like this back when I was a kid, I probably would have been in boxing.
Yeah, for sure.
But hey, hindsight's 20/20. 35 years old, I'll try to make a run at boxing now.
Yeah, I remember the last time we spoke, you were thinking about it, so that's good. That's good you're getting into it. And I've seen you training in your videos. You're looking good.
Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate that. I'm actually trying to pick a fight with Steve Bossy right now out in Quebec.
Oh, that would be a really good fight, actually, because I know he's 1-0.
Yes.
And he's an old MMA guy, right?
Yep.
See, that's another thing people don't realize about me. I know everybody and everything. I watch and follow boxing religiously. If you have one pro fight, I know about you.
See, I have no pro boxing fights, and he knows about me. Perfect.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a good point.
But yeah, at 35 years old, I don't think it's a good idea for me to be going and fighting Mexicans or anything like that. I want a big name. And Steve Bossy's a big name. That's an achievable goal for me to get where he's 1-0 right now, and I'd be 0-0. So it's a legitimate fight that can happen.
I agree. I think that's a really good fight for you. I think that's perfect. Because that's exactly what you said. What's the point of you fighting a bunch of guys you're going to blow over, and that's not really going to get you anywhere? You know, it's better to fight a name that you can contend with and you can beat and train for it and do your best. That's how every fight should be taken. That's good. I agree with you.
Well, that's the thing. Like I'm very honest with myself. At 35 years old, I don't know what I got left in the tank anymore. Maybe 10 fights.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Now, am I going to go out and be a WBC world champion? Heck no.
Yeah.
I'll leave that to you. Well, that's your job.
Thank God, because some guys are delusional in boxing, and that's how they get hurt. So that's good. But yeah, I think you should pursue it. You've had your past fighting experience too. It's not like you're going in there a novice.
No. Yeah, I agree with you. Like, but could I not maybe achieve a goal of maybe fighting a couple fights with these smaller heavyweights, go down to cruiserweight and win a Canadian title? 100%.
Yeah, for sure. Especially right now, I'm not sure what's going on with. I know one kid, Ryan Rizicki.
Yeah.
I think from Nova Scotia. He's fighting for the Eastern Canadian heavyweight title. Sorry, cruiserweight title.
Nice.
He's pretty good. I remember from the amateurs as well. He used to be a super heavyweight, but he moved down. And then we have another guy who I think is ranked number 1 on BoxRec in Canada, Abokan Bokpi from here, from Ontario.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you have those two guys up there, and then that's about it. So, I think Gary Kopis has a title.
Yeah, Gary Kopis got a bunch of titles, those CPBC ones.
Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like he's not as open to fighting other guys as some of the other boxers.
Well, that gentleman you just mentioned, I can't say his name because I can't read it, but he's number 2.
Vulcan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's number 2. Denton Daly's still riding high at number 1.
Benton Daly isn't fighting anymore from my knowledge.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I think he got married, and he had a fight recently in Russia, where I think he lost as well, and I haven't heard him continuing boxing. So I'm not sure. I don't want to speak on his behalf or anything, but I don't think he's going to be fighting anymore.
Oh, that's unfortunate. He did fight for a WBA Continental Cruiserweight title and lost.
Yeah, no, he did well for himself in his career. He only had 2 defeats, and those were to top guys. Like that one guy with the WBA title he lost to was 21-0. Like he's not losing to the chumps. You know, he lost to good guys.
Jesus,
so he's a talented guy.
These guys at cruiserweight are not young. Like your guy that you're from Bowmanville, he's 39.
Yeah, I know.
Jeez.
They all started boxing late and were amateur for a while. Like actually, at Boken, me and him used to spar when we were both amateur.
Wow.
Yeah, he's only been pro for I think 3 years.
He's had 7 fights. Good for him.
Yeah, but he turned pro at your age. See, he turned pro at 35.
Hey, he's still rocking and rolling. Maybe I can be like him.
Yeah,
that'd be amazing.
Yeah, no, he's good, man. To be honest with you, if you see the guy, he doesn't look that old at all, man. He looks like he's in his late 20s and he's in shape. He's good. We spar and we do some work sometimes. He's a good guy, Boken.
I just pulled up a picture of him. He does look like he's in his 20s.
Yeah. Like he doesn't look like he's close to 40. He looks younger.
Well, there's that guy Rawley Clemens who's pretty good too.
Yeah.
Is he from Winnipeg?
Yeah, I've heard of him as well.
He knocked
but
out.
Still,
Mark
I think
out
what's his record? 3-1.
Rawley is 3-0.
3-0. Okay.
Yeah.
And then I think the guy he knocked out, you're talking Mark Weddleberg or something?
Markel Wedderburn, yeah, he KO'd him in Saskatchewan.
Yeah, I saw the video of that fight.
Oh, you watch everything.
Yeah, I'm serious. I really do. Because I don't watch TV. I don't watch movies. When I come home, all I watch is boxing.
Wow. Do you watch old school boxing or do you watch the new stuff?
From 1990s and up.
Okay.
That's kind of my era. Everyone always talks about like I've watched George Foreman is my favorite boxer, my favorite heavyweight.
Okay.
Him and Lennox Lewis.
Yep. So
I watch a lot of old George Foreman stuff. But I love watching like him when he came back as an old man. Like I love watching all those fights because he would come. He was in there old and fat and just knocking guys out. He was devastating, just devastating.
So
the way he fought.
If you ever want to watch some good old fights, watch Vinny Paz versus Roberto Durant.
Yeah, I've heard. Of course, I know Vinny Paz.
Wars.
Of course, I've seen Durant. I've watched all those, but. Just for me, like, I watch all fights. I've watched a lot of those old fights, but I focus more on the newer stuff.
Okay. Well, who, in your opinion right now, is the best boxer on the planet?
See, that's one thing about boxing. I don't think you can say there's the best boxer on the planet. I think the whole pound-for-pound thing is kind of silly. Because, like, for me as a heavyweight, there's no way I can be agile and move and do some of the things these lighter guys do. There's no way. My body is physically impossible.
Yeah.
Then some of these guys, there's no way they can have as much power, as much force as us heavyweights have. Like it's completely different boxing. Even if you look at from 160 pounds to like 130 pounds, it's a difference. Like, I think there's guys that are the greatest at their weight class, or they can be great when they move up or down a weight. But that's why you see guys when they go up maybe 2 weight classes, they were great in a weight class below, but then they get blown out and destroyed just because of the weight. You know, so I don't know. I wouldn't say there's the best boxer in the world right now.
So you don't like that pound-for-pound nonsense? I don't like the pound-for-pound thing either that much because right now they say that Lomachenko is pound-for-pound the best with 7
That's
fights.
Another thing. I don't agree with that at all. I wouldn't even put him top 5.
No.
How could you put him top 5? Okay, that's fine. He has a incredible amateur pedigree and resume. Cool, that's amateur. It doesn't count for the pros at all. And he's had 11 or 12 pro fights. He lost one of them. And even the guys he's fought, like Jason Sosa, all these guys, they're not world beaters. They're not great guys. He's really the only 2 great guys he fought were Nicholas Walters, the Jamaican, who was 26-0 at the time, knocking out almost everyone. That was a legitimate good challenge for him. And then Rigondeaux. Because he beat two guys, to me, that doesn't put him pound for pound at the top. And then before that, they were saying Chocolatito, Roman Gonzalez, was pound for pound. But then he got knocked out, and now they changed their mind. Oh, now he's not. Like, I don't know. I don't agree with the whole pound for pound thing.
It's a weird business, but if somebody twisted my arm, I'd probably say Triple G.
For me, the top two are Triple G and Canelo.
Yes. Agreed.
Yeah, for sure.
I agree with that. Now, there is other guys that I do enjoy watching, which are like Keith Thurman.
Okay. Yeah, I love Keith Thurman. And that's the funny thing. You know how much I watch boxing? I've been watching Keith Thurman from when he was at his 7th or 8th pro fight, fighting a little casino in front of like 500 people. I saw a video on YouTube, and I was following him ever since.
Wow.
Even Errol Spence, I was following Errol Spence Jr. from before he even went to the Olympics. I was watching he's from Texas, his Texas Nationals, all those amateur fights.
Huh.
But I literally watch it all. I know all these guys.
Wow. Yeah. So you obviously watched the fight then last weekend, Lucas Brown and what's his nuts?
Dylan White.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully Lucas Brown's all right.
Yeah, but that's the name of the game. Like, at the same time, he's trying to do the same thing to his opponent, right? I don't know. I don't feel bad for boxers when they lose, get knocked out.
Hey, I don't feel bad for them that they get knocked out. I just hope that they're fine.
Like, I hope he's okay.
Yeah, he got stretchered out of there. It was nasty.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, I know. He was sleeping on the ground for a couple of minutes there. That's not normal.
It's not out of the ordinary for Lucas Brown to eat the canvas, though. It's happened before.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I'm so surprised a little bit he got put out like that. That was devastating. But you know what? That's what I really like about White. If you watch that fight back, he broke down Lucas Brown beautifully with body shots, jabs. He mixed up his combinations. He didn't just go in there trying to blow his head off and knock him off.
Yes.
You know, he took his time and he broke him down. It was nice. It was beautiful.
It was a good fight. And then,
really good fight.
Did you get a chance to watch Ryan Ford compete in Russia?
I saw little bits and clips of it, yes.
Yeah, I did live stream it on my thing. If you want to watch it, it's on my page, the whole fight.
Yeah, I did. I went through your old live feed, and I clicked through it.
Okay.
But that's another thing about Ryan, too. Like, I feel bad for him because he's worked so hard, and that's one thing I really respect about him. Look how he came from MMA, came into boxing, and literally, I think he's been pro, 2 years?
Yeah.
And the guy's done and accomplished so much.
Went over to Russia twice to compete for titles.
Yep.
It's amazing.
Yeah, exactly. And he lost decisions. You know, they were competitive fights.
Well, the first fight that he had in Russia, I think he legitimately lost that by 2 rounds.
You see, that one I watched the entire thing.
Okay.
That one I watched the entire. That fight I agree. But still, the only reason I felt like he lost that fight might have been just a bit of experience. Because the whole time he was coming forward, you know, he was putting the pressure, he was throwing shots, right?
Yeah.
It's not like he was out of the fight, so.
No, he was. I think if he had maybe another, if he could have put in a longer camp, or maybe had 2 or 3 more fights under his belt, that fight's his.
Yeah, but see, I think these fights are good for him. Because I don't think he should even be close to stopping boxing at all. He should box a lot more, because now these fights are going to give him that experience that he needs. So next time when he fights a guy with more experience, he'll be more than okay, because he has the drive, he has the grind, he has the power, all these things, right?
He's the hardest working guy I've ever seen.
Yeah, he is.
He does not stop.
He has a good reputation around the boxing community.
Oh, he's an amazing person. He's a good father. He shows up to fight. He pushes the pace. He's never in a boring fight.
Yeah.
Except for that one that he just had in Russia, which I thought he won.
Yeah.
Just on pure aggression and forward pressure.
Yeah, I'll watch it back. I'll watch the whole thing back. Because as I said, I watch everything, so I'll watch it. I'll watch it for sure.
Well, and then we got the big heavyweight title fight this weekend, Anthony Joshua and Joseph Parker. Did we already talk about this?
Nope.
All right.
But I think Anthony Joshua is the best.
Really?
Out of all the heavyweights. Yep. And I'll explain why. I think he's the most versatile. Okay. And he's also very smart when he fights. I feel like he has the most tools in his belt. Like Wilder, all Wilder has is a right hand. Everyone knows that. And he just has to hit you with it once, okay? fine. When you're fighting a fighter like Joshua, he's going to take that away from you. When he takes away your right hand, then what do you have? You have to. There's never been a heavyweight champion that has lasted for years and years and years that only have one skill.
Yeah.
And if you watch Joshua when he boxes and when he trains, he breaks things down very methodically. He doesn't just go in there like, yes, he's strong, yes, he's powerful, yes, he's explosive, but he doesn't go in there throwing wild shots. He's very technical.
He's super technical.
Yeah, and he trains very hard. Even people were kind of looking down on him a bit for the Klitschko fight, getting knocked down, talking about his chin. Like, are you kidding me? The guy got hit with a rocket, like a missile of a right hand. Like, that would have knocked out a lot of other people.
Yeah.
And he got up and finished the fight and knocked him out. So Joshua's in good shape and condition. He recovers well. I don't know. I think he's just one of the most complete heavyweights. The only one I see really giving him the most problems is Tyson Fury.
Ooh, he's my favorite.
Yeah, because he's just going to go in there and cause a mess and throw off his rhythm.
He's so awkward.
He's an awkward guy. Oh, exactly, awkward guy to fight.
And he's
that's
fast.
what I think would give Joshua problems.
He's fast and he's agile, and he talks a lot of shit, so I kind of like that too.
Yeah, no, I like him a lot. That's what I mean. I see his style giving Joshua problems, but like Parker, I don't know. I mean, Parker does have a good chin.
Yeah.
But I see Joshua winning.
You know who I like also at heavyweight is that Ortiz fella that Wilder fought.
Well, I think he's better than Wilder, Ortiz. I think Ortiz should have won that fight.
Technically,
like,
he is. He won every round.
Did you see the extra time they gave Wilder in between the rounds?
Yes.
Or what was it? After the 8th round, the round he had his minute rest.
Yep.
The round was about to start. The ref grabbed him, brought him to the corner to see a doctor to check for a cut. Yeah. First of all, he wasn't cut at all. Second of all, if you are cut, that's what the minute round is for. That's what the minute rest is for the doctor to check you. So he got an extra 20, 30 seconds. You know, and in boxing, when you're hurt, that's a gift.
It's a 100% gift. I watched a fight on last weekend with I think it was a Filipino or a Thai guy that was a WBC champion. I can't remember his name now.
Ring Masai?
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
He was getting extra time too.
Yeah. I know. It's a black eye on the sport when that stuff happens. Because it changes the direction and momentum of a fight big time.
Now that's the corner, that's his corner that's doing that.
Yeah, well, that's why some corners are smart. Or you see a lot of guys, they're late pulling the stool out of the ring.
Yeah.
Sometimes they'll spill ice on purpose in the corner. Like, guys have a whole bunch of tricks in the corner to give their guys more time.
You got to have a crafty corner in this sport. Like, a bunch of cheaters.
Yeah.
You got to have a bunch of cheaters in your corner.
Yeah, I think a good corner is very important. It is. It honestly is.
Well, it's just smart business. Like, we were at a live fight in Calgary, and the guy in the red corner, he was visibly like exhausted.
Yeah.
So the 4th round started, and this was an amateur fight, or the 3rd round started, amateur fight. He was exhausted. So the corner jumps up and yells, he's got to fix the headgear.
Yeah.
Fight starts again. 30 seconds later, he undid the headgear so it would wrap around his face, and he'd have to come back and fix it again.
Yeah.
Bunch of cheaters.
I see that a lot. It's funny. Especially in the amateurs.
Yeah. So you're taking Anthony Joshua this weekend and probably a knockout?
Yeah, I think so. Late round stoppage.
Okay. I was probably going to say it might go the distance, maybe.
I could see that too, though.
Parker's tough, man.
Because Parker's in really good shape for this fight too. I think he's going to be in the best shape he's ever been.
I think Parker's got a puncher's chance too. If he can catch him, he might be able to pull it off. But it's a chance.
Yeah, you're right. Because he's fast, he's agile, he throws combinations.
Yep.
Yeah, he has good punch variety. No, to me that's just like Joshua and his team is saying, they think it's a harder fight than Wilder. Like, technically, and I agree. It's
100%.
Technically a bit harder, but Wilder's just more dangerous than Parker. Parker doesn't have that same danger effect to him.
No. Do you think Deontay Wilder somehow could land that crazy right hand on Anthony Joshua and put him to sleep?
Not really.
You don't think so?
No. I don't know. I'm the only one that says it. Everyone keeps saying Wilder. Man, I don't know. I think AJ smashes him.
Really? Okay, if Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder fight, you have Facebook. We're gonna do a Facebook Live.
Yep.
And we're gonna watch the fight together.
Okay, I'm down for that.
Down for that? Because I got Deontay Wilder taking that within probably 7.
Okay, that's fair enough. Listen, everyone's entitled to their opinion. That's the beautiful thing about boxing. That's what makes it interesting to watch.
Well, if we didn't disagree, this wouldn't be fun.
Exactly, and that fight wouldn't be what it is, right? Like the reason why that fight's so big is because of this exact discussion. It's and that's another thing. That fight's not going the distance. Like, you know how we're talking about the Parker, how it might go the rounds or whatever. Like, that's not an option.
No.
If Wilder Joshua happens, it's not. That's not going the distance.
No, that's not.
That's another thing.
It's not even close to an option. It'll be over before 8, guaranteed.
Yeah, for sure. I guarantee that as well.
Guaranteed.
That's what I mean. That's why it's a great fight.
You did bring up Tyson Fury a little bit earlier. I love him. He's my favorite. So let's talk about him a little bit.
Sure.
Like, he's obviously struggled with some addiction stuff and obviously eating. But he's in the gym hard right now.
Yeah, he's been training for months and months and months. Like, from even end of last year, he's been training. Well, that's my opinion on that. Is I think it's incredible, like what he did and is doing. Like, to go from heavyweight champion of the world to being almost like 400 pounds, then to where he is now. To me, that's great. But the only negative thing, I think, is when you do that to your body, it's going to catch up to you to a point.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, those guys that have been training and being consistent, I don't think he's going to be able to be at the potential he was before. If he was a disciplined athlete.
I would agree with that, yeah. Like, he's going to come back. He's going to look good, though.
Yeah, but even for him, they're not going to put him in against anyone too challenging or a danger to him. They're going to bring him back slowly. And he said that himself.
Yes.
It doesn't make sense for him to go jump into, like, a Joshua fight or, like, any of these guys right now. He knows he's not ready for that.
No, he says he wants to do, like, 30 more fights or something ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, you know what's funny? I only have 8, but I want to have 100.
Well, that's a very good goal to have.
Yeah, if I can have 100 pro fights, that'd be awesome.
How many amateur fights do you have?
20.
So you're not like amateur seasoned as much as some of these guys either.
That's another problem. Even the amateurs, like, because they have a rule that when you're 10 fights or under, you can only fight people with 10 fights or under. So I was, I think, 8-1 at the time, and I lost a decision in Buffalo.
Yeah.
But I really didn't lose the fight, so I didn't have a fight for a year and a half because I couldn't have anyone fight me.
Oh wow!
Like, I had nobody, and then that's when I fought Big Brad in the amateurs.
Okay.
He came down from where you're at, from Alberta.
Yeah.
And he had a fight with me. And then even after that, I went like another year and a half without a fight. Like, it was hard for me to get fights, or I had to travel to the States.
Well, at least that fight with Brad, it would have looked normal in the ring with you two. He's freaking 7 feet tall.
Yeah, I was a lot smaller though than I am now. I was maybe like 6'2" at the time.
Really?
Well, he was a tower. I remember.
Huge.
You know what's funny? After the weigh-ins in the morning, I went home to my garage. I got the measuring tape. I put it on the wall, put a little pencil mark, and I was like punching up at it just to see him practice.
Wow. Yeah, he's huge, man.
Yeah. And he's a good guy too. I like Brad. We get along well.
He's the nicest guy of all time.
He is. Hopefully he fights again soon.
I believe he will be fighting April 28th in Edmonton.
Okay, nice. The next KO show in Yelena's fighting?
Yeah, Jelena will be defending her WBC and WBA world titles on that show.
Okay. Yeah, nice. That's a big show. And it's her 50th fight, I believe?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, nice. I'm happy. I'm happy that the combat sports is back in Edmonton and Alberta again.
Oh, that was rough, man.
Yeah. You know, it's very, very unfortunate what happened, but I think it's just to touch on it a little bit. I think that's the fault of the commission and the doctors. That's not the fighters' fault. You know, you can't punish all of the professional boxers and all of their fighters just because the commission didn't do their job correctly.
Oh,
like, that's not fair. That's not fair for Braidwood and all these other guys and other pro boxers like Brad and like Yelena to not be able to fight in their hometown.
Yep.
That wasn't fair. That's taking food from their plate.
Well, at least it wasn't for like a year.
Yeah.
It was a small amount of time. Now, granted, it did wreck 2 shows
Yeah.
that were supposed to happen, but at least we didn't lose it for like an extended period of time where people forgot about it and went on to something else.
Yeah. Yeah. You're right.
Which is good. But
Mhm.
I'd like to see you come out there and compete. That'd be amazing.
Yeah, well, I did the one time on one of their shows. I'd like to again. As I said, if opportunity comes for sure. But that's another thing too, because when they have the shows there, there's only a certain amount of slots, and it usually goes to guys from the area.
Yeah, well, it's usually like KO boxing guys versus everybody else.
It makes more sense, right? Because they're part of their stable and they're signed to them, so it makes more sense. But yeah, I'm open to it for sure. I really enjoyed coming out there and fighting for them. They treated me well. I had a good experience with them.
Well, here's the thing, Mladen. If we tell people we're putting a 6'7", 250-pound guy in the ring,
yeah,
people are usually going to show up and see that.
Yeah. Even last time I came, I got a pretty good reception from the crowd and some of the fans there.
There you go.
It was nice. Like I actually had a really nice experience fighting out there in Edmonton.
Well, see if we can get you back. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I'm open to it.
We got off topic. We were talking about Tyson Fury. What was I going to say about him? He has lost a lot of weight.
Yeah.
Like from what he was before with that giant barrel on the front of him.
Yeah.
He was huge. He was like 350 pounds.
He lost like a whole human off of him.
Yeah.
Like literally.
I don't think at really any point during his career he's really been like a specimen.
Yeah.
He was like skinny and tall, and then he was a little big. But
sorry, Tanner, I just got cut off there for a second.
Oh, that's all right. Where'd you go?
Sorry, just spoke to my dad for a second.
Oh,
you were. I was listening though. You were saying Tyson Fury was big.
Well, he was never a physical specimen, right? Like he was always like either tall and skinny, never really had abs, or he was a little soft. Like he's never. Yeah. Nobody's used to seeing him.
The best shape he came in was against Klitschko.
Oh, an amazing
fight. When he came in at 250.
Amazing fight.
Yeah. He came in amazing shape for that. But no, I think he's on the right path, and I see him fighting those top guys soon.
Yes.
And there's actually rumors he might sign with Matchroom.
Oh, really?
Eddie Hearn, who's Joshua's promoter, because he doesn't have a promoter right now.
Oh, well, that'd be amazing.
Yeah. They're all looking at him, so that's an option too for him.
First fight back, I'd like to see him fight Shannon the Cannon Briggs.
That's what I was saying. Let's go, champ. I agree. That's the fight I want too.
Yeah, I like both guys, but Shannon got busted for, what was it, steroids or testosterone not too long ago?
Yeah, he did. Well, that's another thing too. So did Tyson Fury, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Which I think he got cleared for. I'm not sure, but
he got off somehow. I can't remember it was a while ago though.
Yeah, it was when the second Klitschko fight was scheduled.
Yeah, I know Shannon got busted.
Yeah. And then I think he was busted for cocaine. It wasn't performance enhancers.
Who was Shannon?
No, Tyson Fury.
Tyson. Well, that makes more sense to me then.
Yeah. That's one of the things as well. Yeah. See, but that's what I mean. Like, you know what? He's such a talented guy, naturally talented guy, that he's gotten away with doing stuff like that. But that's what I mean. To me, I think it's gonna catch up to him.
Yes.
You can't be living like that and keep winning and winning. You're gonna lose eventually.
Well, eventually, like I think steroids is definitely a problem in boxing right now too.
It is, but I think it's getting a lot better, like compared to before. Like when I was growing up in the 90s and early 2000s, you don't really hear of any testing or anyone getting caught.
Yeah.
Like now it's more common. Like even if you look at the fight last weekend, Brown got caught for performance enhancers. Dillon White got caught for performance enhancers. Like a lot of guys have been caught. Jeez. Ortiz got caught before the first Wilder fight was supposed to happen.
Yeah.
Povetkin got caught. Like all these guys. So they're catching guys. So it is getting better. But you know what it is too, Tanner? That's one thing. Boxing is different than all other sports because it's not a unified organization. It's not a team sport. Like in football, you have the NFL. In basketball, you have the NBA. In boxing, it's just me versus you or me versus whomever.
Yeah.
And we decide on the drug testing or the belt that we're fighting for. And then another thing is who's going to pay for it, right?
Right.
Is the commission going to pay for it? Are the fighters going to split it half and half? Like, it's a lot of things.
Now, you would have got tested, and Dillon would have got tested for the Canadian title fight, right?
No,
What?
we did not.
Oh my!
Neither of us. Well, this is the thing though. They told us like we could have been tested, like it was in contract as well.
Yeah.
But they never ended up testing.
Huh.
Yeah. And from my knowledge too, like a lot of times when they do test, because it depends on because the commissions they're province based.
Yeah.
Right. So like I think in Ontario, I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure they only check mainly for drugs like cocaine, marijuana, or other stimulants and stuff. Because I think it's more expensive to test for performance enhancers.
I would guess so. It's probably just a piss test.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Yeah. You were saying Adam had to undergo something.
Adam got tested against, or when he fought Eric Martel for the WBU heavyweight championship.
Well, did he get tested by the Quebec people?
Yes. Yeah, by the Quebecs.
See, that's what I mean, right? Because their province, probably especially because he's an out-of-town fighter, they made him, right?
Yeah.
So that's what I mean. So it's province decision, basically.
So when you fought Dillon then, because I know in Ontario it's usually same-day weigh-ins.
Yeah, it was same-day weigh-ins with him.
Doesn't matter to you guys, though. You don't cut weight anyway.
No, it doesn't matter.
For all the other guys on the card, it sucks that got to cut weight, but...
And that's another thing that sucks for these guys that travel, like from Mexico and Argentina and all these places. Think about this. They're cutting weight. They're sucked of nutrients. They're sitting on a plane for a couple of hours, sitting on layovers, coming here with a time change. Then they have to weigh in the same day and then fight.
Right.
Like, they should change that to day before weigh-ins for them.
I don't know how long this same-day weigh-in thing has been in Ontario, but I feel like it's got to be within the last decade.
Yeah, for sure. For sure it's been the last decade, but there's been a few instances, I think for some Canadian title fights or some other fights, where they have done day before. But very, 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 very rarely. Like, it's always the same day.
Tony Lewis versus Cam O'Connell was day before weigh-ins. That was for the NABA title.
Yeah, for that title. Yeah, like, see those fights. But all the other ones, actually, you know what's funny? Even on that card, their fight, I think, was the only fight that was day before. I think all the other fights on the card were held the same day.
Isn't that
like, they were the only fight that was the sole exception.
Isn't that bullshit?
Yeah, I think so. Like, I mean, I'm really no advocate. Like, I'm a heavyweight. You know, I don't have to suck weight or not eat. But for those guys, it sucks, and I don't think it's fair, and I don't think it's safe either. You know, these guys sometimes weigh-ins finish 11:30. By the time you're out of there doing your medicals and all that, and then you're fighting 4 hours later, it's not enough time to replenish your body.
Not even close. No.
At all, no.
Like, I understand where the commission's coming from with the same-day weigh-ins. It's to discourage guys from cutting weight.
You know what they should do? They should do it like a prior weigh-in where you have to be within a certain percentage of the weight or something like that. Because that's what the WBC does. Like, see, that's why they change it when you get higher up in boxing, when you start fighting for these titles. They're more serious with things like that.
What I think they should actually do is do day before weigh-ins, and then they should have to weigh in the day of the fight, and they can't be within more than 10 pounds.
That's kind of what I meant. You said a lot better. Exactly. Like, that's like some sort of stipulation. You know?
Yeah.
That would make more sense.
I know that there's an MMA organization in BC. They have to weigh in, I believe it's 2 weeks and then 1 week out and send in their results. And they can't be they can't be 10 pounds out from their weight. So,
yeah, they're doing that a lot more in MMA now, which is good to see. So hopefully it carries over into boxing.
It makes sense because you got guys that are cutting from 200 pounds down to 170, and then when they're walking in the cage or the ring, they're fighting at 198 pounds.
And see, that's another problem too, though, because I'm not sure how it is there, but in Ontario, MMA, kickboxing, and pro boxing, they're all the same commission.
Oh, same day weigh-ins.
Yeah. So even for MMA, that's why there is no MMA in Ontario. You never, ever, ever hear of MMA in Ontario, and there is none because the commission and all these problems they have.
Hey, if you want,
that's another thing I heard also about the MMA here.
Yeah.
Apparently, I think they get a percentage of the show, the commission or whatever for putting it on.
Yeah.
And so when UFC comes, like UFC Ottawa, UFC Toronto, all these, when they come to Ontario, they get a good payout from it. So when a lot of these smaller MMA shows come, they don't really approve them. There's not the same backing behind it.
Wow.
Yeah, there's not, right? So that's why you don't really see a lot of MMA shows here, unfortunately.
Combat sports is a gangster business, man. If they're taking some off the top, good for them.
Money pays. It's a business, right?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, everything's a business, even fighting in for the commission. So they have to get paid as well.
Well,
I don't know.
We've got a couple minutes left here, Mladen. Let's. Have you ever watched any of the bare knuckle boxing stuff that's going on over in Europe?
I've watched it years ago, but I never got into it too much. Like I'm not into it recently.
It's getting big over there now. Like it's actually like they're doing shows at the O2 Arena.
No way.
Yeah.
Because I've heard of some pro boxers and like MMA guys going to doing this bare knuckle stuff, and I'm like, why would you go and do that, right? Like why would you? To me, that seems backwards. Because like before you box and before you're pro MMA, like you're fighting on the streets, you're fighting bare knuckles. Why would you want to go back to that? You don't have to do that anymore.
Right.
But I guess it makes sense, right? Because if they're getting paid for it, and it's not much more, and it's becoming mainstream. Like, yeah, I could see that. I personally wouldn't do it. I'm sticking to boxing and with the gloves, and that's it. But it's still interesting to watch. Yeah,
it is interesting to watch, 100%. Because like I watched a guy and he kind of broke it down like what he's doing in the ring, because they're not just throwing punches all willy nilly. Like you hit a forehead or somebody's back, you're breaking your hand. So they're aiming for the soft spots in the face.
I saw the same. I think I saw the same video, and I think it was by actually a pro boxer.
Yes,
who's a bare knuckle champion. His name is Bobby Gunn.
Yep.
Yeah. So exactly, I think he was explaining it the same, and it's true. When you're hitting somebody's head with a glove, you can kind of glance off it or hit it off, and your hand will be okay because it's protected. When you're punching with the bare knuckle, you have to aim your. He's explaining aim your punches different. So there is a method to what they're doing. It's not just bare knuckles swinging,
Yeah, it's not a street fight.
It's becoming more of a sport too.
It's definitely not a street fight. And I was watching a thing on the people that wraps their hands, because there's specific people that put the wraps on.
Yeah.
And they wrap them. They're very safe with the way they wrap the hands, so you don't break them.
Yeah, that's another thing. They must wrap them different for sure.
Yeah.
And that's another thing they need to change over here. And I hope this news gets out there. They need to change the hand wrapping rules.
What would you like to see change?
In Ontario, they're horrible.
Okay.
So you only get, I think, 2 rolls of gauze and 1 roll of tape. So basically, if a 120-pound girl fights and I fight, we get the same amount of gauze and tape.
What?
Yeah. So I always hurt my hands in my fights when I fight here. They're not protected properly.
Yeah, you're huge.
Yeah, like I never have enough to finish my wrapping. Like my coach has to he's been wrapping hands for 20 years. He's amazing at it. So he makes do, but no, they need a lot of rules and stuff need to get changed.
Wow. That sucks.
But that's another thing too, because combat sports is still fairly new, like to mainstream and to the government. So I think these things will improve over time.
Did you hurt your hand when you hit Dillon?
Actually, my hand was hurt going into that fight. People don't even know how well my coach does, my family does, like how injured or hurt I was. Even a week before the fight, I got in a really bad car accident on the highway. Yeah. And like my car was like wrecked and totaled. Oh, wow. And then the next day I went and I sparred 12 rounds. Like people don't know the things I went through for that fight. I was very hungry. Jesus. And my body wasn't 100%.
You wrecked the car. Did you get a new one?
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah. Whatever insurance gave me, because I wasn't at fault. Yeah. So, yeah. But the cars coming over, that's not important. The important thing is that my health was, for the most part, okay.
Well, as long as you weren't hurt or anything. Well, obviously you weren't hurt that bad. You went in there and beat Dillon Carmen up in 2 rounds, so.
Yeah. That was good timing.
All right, Mladen, I'm going to get you out of here. Don't hang up quite yet. I'll talk to you for a couple minutes off the air. But is there anybody you need to thank from your camp, sponsors, anybody?
So I'd like to thank my coach, Billy Martin. So I've had no sponsors since I've been pro. Pretty much my coach Billy has been the only person to really believe in me and push me, and he's always been there for me. And then also my father. That's another person who's actually in my corner. My dad's my cut man for my fights.
Oh.
So for me, when in my corner, I have the two best men I can have. So I owe a lot to them.
That's cool. And if anybody wants to get a hold of you to sponsor you, maybe offer you a free car, where can they get you?
On Instagram, I'm monster_Mladen or Mladen Miljas on Facebook. Either or any social media outlet you can find me.
Well, you can find the monster anywhere.
Yeah.
So your picks again for this weekend, Adam Braidwood, obviously.
Yep, I pick Braidwood and I pick Joshua.
All right, we're out.
Okay, thank you, Tanner.
No problem.
What's up?
Bruno.
What's up?
Bruno, you're on the Spice Life podcast right now. I need a new pick for you for the fights this weekend between Adam Braidwood and Jesus Paez.
Jesus.
Oh, for fuck's sakes, Bruno.
That's my new pick. That's my old pick. That's my pick.
That's your pick?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Jesus.
One more pick. Anthony Joshua versus Joseph Parker.
I hope for Parker, but I think that Joshua's gonna fuck him up.
Think so? Okay. All right, I got one more pick. Who wins between you and your brother?
Oh boy. Oh my God. You know what? Since he's bigger than me, him. But if we were the same size, me.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay. What are you doing right now? Are you with your girlfriend?
No, I'm watching The Office and eating pumpkin seeds.
Why?
Because I'm just trying to kill myself. That's why. They're high in sodium, too, so I'm going to have a fucking heart attack soon.
Well, you're not fighting anytime soon, are you?
Not that I know of.
There might be some offers coming in, though. You've had a couple good outings.
Yeah, well, I'm just going to take some time off because I need my hand to heal and everything because I trained for 10 weeks straight and my hand started fucking up. So I think I'll get back into it in like June. That's when I want to fight again. So
when are you going back to Florida?
I think mid-April.
Mid-April, eh?
Yeah, that's the projected date.
Now here's a question. After I get off the phone with you, should I call your brother and interrupt what he's doing?
Yes, do it.
Do it? Okay.
Yes.
Bruno, your picks again. Tell me.
Jesus.
Yep.
And Joshua and me. Bonjour.
Dario Bredicean.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes, hello. Is this Steve?
Who the fuck is Steve?
Oh, it's Tanner. Sorry, dude. Sometimes I get, when I get phone calls when I'm like, it's weird. Ever since I come to Canada, I get phone calls that say unknown. And usually when it's an unknown number, it's Steve or like my friend Ari. Sorry. I knew I recognized the voice, but it wasn't Ari. So I'm like, is that Steve? It sounded like a big guy. I knew a big guy was calling me.
Do I sound like a Jew?
No, you don't sound like a Jew, Mr. Wilshaw. You do not.
You're just live on the Spice Life podcast right now.
Who?
You.
Oh, you have me on the Spice? What the hell is going on? Sorry, guy. What the fuck?
I just called your brother.
Oh, my God. What for? Is it because of the meme he posted on Facebook?
No, I tried to get him to revise his fight pick this weekend, and he refused.
What do you mean revise his fight pick?
He picked Jesus. I didn't like that.
Oh, my God. It's not going to change, Tanner. There's no fucking way.
I tried.
Yeah, it's not going to fucking happen. Am I on the Spice right now?
Yeah.
Luke's
not
I
here.
respect you.
Luke's not here. Do you want to hear a funny story,
I'm sure
actually?
he'll hear it.
You want to hear a funny story?
Yes, I do.
Is today we recorded me and Luke for 45 minutes, and the conversation was such shit that I can't even air it. So I called in the Canadian heavyweight champion, Mladen Miljas, and I did an hour with him by myself.
Okay, I mean, what did you expect doing just a show with you and Luke? What are you thinking? Have you not learned by now?
I tried to get a hold of you. You wouldn't reply to my text.
Did you text me? I'm sorry. I had 2 gym sessions.
Did you?
For anybody who cares.
Are you getting ready to fight?
I think so. It might just happen. I don't know.
Amazing. No new G. Are you with the Boogeyman?
Say that one more time.
Are you with the Boogeyman right now?
No, dude, I totally forgot. He's in Montreal, isn't he?
Yeah, he's there now, right now.
Okay, he sent me the worst video. I can't even recite on air what he said. He just sent me a video and he just asked a question. And you know what question he's usually asking when he's over here in Montreal. Okay, Tanner, you know exactly what the fuck questions he's asking.
Yes.
He goes and sends me a video and he says, "Where the fuck?" And I'm like, "Oh no, oh fuck, he is in Montreal. I fucking knew it. God damn it, I totally forgot he's in Montreal." Oh. Holy shit. I knew something was fishy. There was a press conference and everything today. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, he was at the airport at 6 a.m.
Oh, my God. This is not good.
No, he's in town. Not... So watch it.
Oh, fuck. Okay, I'm going to figure out what hotel he is in. And so that means today's Thursday. He fucking fights on Saturday.
Yeah. The fight is so close, it's not even funny.
Holy shit. You know what? And when I fought, I really did not think I was going to make it to the 31st. I might have to swing to the casino. I know some guys in the casino. I don't even got to make money for those fucking Eye of the Tiger motherfuckers. I can easily just go slip in with my Boogeyman shirt. I'll bring Bruno, too, just so we even out the bias.
Yeah.
It'll be fucking fun.
Now, I asked Bruno what he was doing. He was watching TV and eating pumpkin seeds.
Okay, why would Bruno be your go-to before me?
Well,
I know you texted me and I didn't respond, but what the fuck is going? What are you thinking?
Hey, I literally tried this call twice.
I'm sorry. So you got rid of Luke. That's probably a good thing. So yes. At least you know what? Honestly, at this point, if all you have left is Luke, you might as well not do a show. I know it's Thursday, and I know the people are waiting for it, but holy shit. You just can't give people crumbs like Luke. Luke, I love you, buddy. I love you. But I'm sorry.
Okay,
it's not the way to go.
You can't
do a Luke show.
Like, you're on the move right now. Where are you going?
I am going out for dinner with a girl because I just love when people ruin my life. So that's what's going on. So, yes, I am on the move. And you know what? The night is fucking young. After dinner, I might go see Braidwood. And somebody's got... Who's his handler right now? Like, who the fuck is watching over him? I know his coach is here.
Coach Rich Lestage will be the one that's watching over him right now.
Okay, can Lestage, like, control him, or does he need help?
Oh, yeah, he can control him way better than I can.
Okay.
Because, like...
Right. I'm still going to I'm going to ask where the fuck he is. And I'm going to see. He's most likely downtown. Oh, he might be at Ruby Foods Hotel. It's a close place next to the casino. Braidwood, ready or not, here the fuck I come. Super Dario is going to boogie with the Boogeyman on a Thursday.
Man, I wish I could have flown in for this one because it would have been fun.
It would have been fun. Honestly, Jesus is going to get Paez. It's going to be a great night, honestly. Yeah, it's a shame. And it's also a shame you called Bruno before me.
Not really.
About that.
Bruno only got 2 minutes. You've been on for 5.
Yeah, it's okay. Whatever. You can always, it's always an information.
I want to get back to this female now. Is this the girl that's been on the Instagrams in your story?
Yes. Yes.
Dark-haired one?
Excuse me?
The dark-haired one?
Dark-haired one's French.
Uh-oh.
I can never say too much. You know why? Because I got in trouble one time because I have a female friend in Florida. We're going to be talking about another female friend in Florida. People, man, I'm telling you, man, your show gets me in trouble sometimes. But you know what? Fuck it. It's more important to me, the show, than my domestic relationships, my abusive relationships, because I'm not the abuser. It's usually them. I'm always in abusive relationships. But I do it for the name of the show. I do it for the spice. I usually do it for Will Shaw and not Luke. But, yeah.
Yeah, I got a French girl over here ruining my life. What else to do?
No, whatever. It is what it is. When you leave, you just forget about her anyway.
I did not laugh. That was not funny. That was not funny, man. Oh my god. Why did I laugh? Hey, if you're listening, that was not funny.
All right. So next week you might be jumping on a plane and going somewhere, so we might not be able to talk to you, right?
Yeah, listen, man. When I'm in an airport, as long as I'm not in the plane for like a 3-hour gap or whatever it is, I don't care if I'm in an airport or in a taxi. You're getting your 15 minutes on Tuesday.
Okay, so the 15 minutes I wasn't worried about, but I'm down a host next week. Luke Spicer has admitted that he has a sex addiction, and he's actually going to counseling on Tuesday.
Oh, fuck, dude. You know what? Luke should be permanently absent. You know, I don't want to be mean, but holy fuck. At this point, you're going to the right direction. And when does the YouTube stream start again?
Tuesday.
Holy shit. Oh my god. I'm gonna get the moose costume ready. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Everything's gonna be nice and ready for us.
So here's what I'm worried about is if you might be in an airport on the Super Dario Minute in a moose costume live on YouTube.
Who's gonna fuck with me? Who's gonna stop me? Who's gotta say all this? No one's gonna fucking say anything, man. Yes, that's confirmed. That's exactly what's gonna happen.
Okay. I'm down with it.
Holy shit, man. That's terrific. Yeah, for sure. I didn't even think about it. You see how we improvise so easily? We make the show that much better, and it only takes 30 seconds of planning, and it's done. It's a done deal. It's finished.
See, here's the thing. Is like I can call you on the phone, and I can banter back and forth with you for an hour or two, and it's not hard.
No.
But with Luke... Like with Luke, I want to smash my face off the wall.
You know, man, I love Luke. God bless him. Whatever the addiction he's going through, I hope he gets through it. You know, he's probably making a mess in that fucking house. Nothing but cement on the walls. You know, I feel for him. It's a fucking mess to clean up. You know, the guy's got huge fucking problems. You gotta be there to support him.
Is this girl with you right now?
No, thank God. No,
okay.
No, never.
Thank God.
Listen, man, I'm telling you. You know how I am. When you call, I usually hang up on the person that I'm talking to, but when I'm having a conversation with Wilshaw, no. It is very confidential until it's on the air. until it's on the Spice of Life podcast. Other than that, I keep my mouth shut. Nobody hears a thing I say on this show.
Well, I got to say that you're a pretty good sport. You usually answer the phone when I call from unknown numbers or whatever it is from the internet. And
I am so sorry. And you know what? I'm so sorry that I didn't even know I was on the show to begin with, just because I should have started it with my theme song, but it's okay. But yeah, man, of course. I fully support what you got. I fully support the spice. I am all for it, man. We all need a little seasoning and spice in our life. And let me tell you something, man. It starts my day off and it ends my night off the right way, so I'm always behind it.
That's correct. Now, I do have one thing I want to talk to you about real quick.
Sure.
Is you said last night, okay, please don't punch me. Now, why would you ever think that I would do that to you?
Because I think you asked me if I could be a co-host.
Yes.
And I don't know what my answer was, but you didn't like my answer. Oh, you said I think I will be. I said I might be available to co-host, and then you said you will be available to co-host, and I said, please don't punch me. So why wouldn't I expect you to punch me? I mean, you just, I didn't really have much of a choice anymore. And I basically conceded that, yes, I will indeed be a co-host as long as you don't punch me. Because I feel like you were going to be very provocative, and it was going to be your fist in my face. So listen, no need for all that.
No.
I'm down.
Well, we would never do that anyway. Because I feel like once Luke actually breaks down and admits his problem, he's going to have to take a step away from the show for a while.
And you know what? On the eve of us making a YouTube thing, just right before we start doing this, the thing is, Luke is camera shy. Luke doesn't want anybody to see his awkward head. That's the problem in all this. Luke does not want. I'm telling you, he just doesn't. He's got some nice pictures. Like that Spice of Life, profile picture is terrific. Luke actually looks like a swell human being. But you know what? It was the right angle at the right time and a lot of editing. People don't want to see how Luke is for real. Luke don't want people to see how he is for real. So that might be an issue. This might be an avoidable thing until you guys start taking off YouTube again.
100%. Now, here's the other very interesting point is, in a very short amount of time, you're not going to have to worry about Luke kicking you in the head anymore.
Why? What's wrong? Is he going through surgery?
No,
is his cock falling off for having too much sex?
He's taking up the, I wouldn't even call this a sport, but he's taking up bodybuilding.
Oh my fucking God.
Okay.
Luke is literally looking for a fucking wedgie when he comes to Montreal, isn't he? He's literally looking for noogies and wedgies when he comes here.
Yes.
Is this a joke?
No. 100% not a joke. He plans on getting on stage in June.
No.
Yeah. That's the plan.
Luke. Oh my God.
He is 100%.
Could you imagine?
He's 100% retired from fighting.
Could you imagine Luke in a purple fucking tight little Speedo with glitter on it and him oiled up and oh God, dude, I can't imagine. Could you imagine his head oiled up on the top? Oh my God.
Okay, here's the thing is when he gets that Speedo on, I'm going to be in charge of his Speedo. And right where his penis is on that Speedo, it's just going to say in big white letters, chlamydia.
Fuck you, Luke.
That's funny.
Unbelievable, man. At this point, he deserves it. Come on. He can do so much better. I would respect him more if he did lacrosse.
I agree with that. But, Dario, I'm going to get you out of here so you can all go have fun on your date. And
10 minutes shy of reservation. I am all set. That's perfect.
Let me know if you end up running into the boogeyman.
I will, actually. That'll be great content to talk about either tonight, or probably not tonight, but either next week or on the co-host. We'll see what happens. Yeah, I will let you know. You will see pictures all over surfacing on the internet. That will not be missed.
And as on the Super Dario Minute, Dario, get us the fuck out of here.
Bump, 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 bump. Luke is the fucking bodybuilder. I'm going to kill my... Okay, bye.